Well, many of the shelves at supermarkets and grocery stores are restocked with the produce, the meats, but one thing you often won't find is the toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. What a beautiful thing. But what happens when someone decides to steal an entire supply of TP from innocent civilians during a quarantine? That's where I come in. Walton Barnes, journalist, podcaster, hero, superhero, mega hero. Join me on my journey to discover the truth behind the doings of the Wiper Swiper in this special audio series. This is the Quarantine Report.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the rolling greens of a couple apartments here in Los Angeles, California. I am your host and commentator for the evening, Josh Macuga. If you guys aren't subscribed here to Amateur Hour Films, get your heads out of your asses and do it. Become a Patreon, do all that kind of fun stuff. I'm the only person here that actually plays consistent golf outside on green grass, but inside there is only one champion that all of you probably know. His stand-up comedy album, Dog Stepfather, and the actual dog is in the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, his last two rounds were upwards of 20 under par. He has no life, but none of us do in quarantine. It's Mark Ellis. Mark, how are you?
Josh, I walked the course this morning, and to tell you that it's electrifying, it would be an insult to Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison. It's more like a kerosene lamp kind of vibe here tonight, because we have two competitors that we're not even sure if they know if they're right or left-handed, but we're going to see some golf today that we'll probably all want to forget.
Yeah, that's very, very true, Mark. Last time we joined this outing, if you will, you happened to play Brian Perez, who apparently is very, very sensitive when insulting his video game golf ability. Mark, take it from there.
Yeah, Josh, I think what Brian Perez brings to the table today, besides exquisitely tight pants that let us see just what's inside of them in certain regions, he brings a level of experience that I don't think his opponent has. Brian Perez, was he embarrassed when he played? Anybody would be playing against me, but now he gets to go up against a noob, a rookie, a rube, a virgin, somebody who's never been there before under the white-hot spotlight of the Wangers show golf extravaganza. So I think you have to have Brian Perez, as strange as it may feel coming out of my mouth, as the odds-on favorite to win tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned virginity. We wouldn't have known if Cody was a virgin or not, but he has a child, so apparently not a virgin. I spent some time on the range before the round, and I've got to tell you, Cody's swing looks okay. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, he's about a 4, whereas Brian Perez is simmering somewhere around a 6. So we could be seeing an underdog kind of situation where Cody, the pride of Norco, which isn't a painkiller, well, it is, but North Corona, comes in here with a really hot, really underrated kind of golf game.
Yeah, that's right, folks. The sound you just heard is actually Arnold Palmer turning over in his grave, realizing what has happened to his beloved sport. But I think Cody Hall has a couple hurdles here in order to get a win today, Josh, not the least of which is his outfit going to be as mismatched as what Brian Perez has shown us thus far. Even more interesting is that Cody Hall apparently has some sort of apparatus that he feels gives him an edge, and that might make the difference here today.
Yeah, again, Brian Perez, you would have thought may have upgraded his equipment situation after last time's. I don't want to call it a debacle, but I don't know what other adjective to really find in there. And, I think a lot of the commentators post-round were talking about the tightness of his clothing. Now, Cody Hall, one of those people who can't seem to find clothing that actually fits such a slender frame.
That's right. And we're actually getting some range footage. This is Brian Perez on the putting green, checking out the local talent, I believe is what his words were before he actually hit the first hole. And there goes the first beer of the evening. So get clearly lubricated and ready to go. I can't imagine what Cody Hall and his pregame ritual is going to be like.
Well, Cody only buys tall boys at local gas stations, usually in a brown bag, to keep away from his unsuspecting wife, whereas Brian seems to have either put a pillow in his stomach or quarantine feeding has really done something to his actual torso.
Hey, he might have been a Bryson DeChambeau, if you will. You put on a little weight so you can get that extra pounds on the drive there. Yeah. You drive for show, but you putt for dough. Can either one of these fellas hole a par putt even? But Josh, I figure if one of them makes a birdie, a caca, if you will, early on, I think that's really going to portend well. Of course, it maybe won't mean anything because they could dunk it on any number of holes in the water. This is a very tough course. It gets windy out there. The putting greens only get trickier as you matriculate through the course. So I expect us to be on this broadcast for a long time.
Mark, when watching you play, people have echoed certain people, Nick Faldo or Constantino Rocca, legends of the past, a Colin Montgomery, perhaps a Curtis Strange, if you will. Those kind of guys stay in the fairway. They're consistently good golfers. I'm feeling like today we may see parts of the course that Nintendo didn't even plan for players to actually visit.
No, I feel like the Wii golf game itself is going to be tested royally here today. The programmers way back in 2010 could not have foreseen the places on the golf course that these two competitors are about to hit that golf ball. So they're both dressed like the kind of fan that Colin Montgomery would bitch about frequently when he came to the United States to play. So Josh, if nothing else, let's turn those hats backwards. Let's undo those belt buckles. Let's chug a couple of beers and let's get this match going. Do I do the ceremonial first tee shot?
Well said, Mark. You're not that old yet, but listen, if that's something that interests you, I'm sure Cobster can get 9 more cameras running. He wasn't stressed out at all before this stream ran. Christian, are you feeling okay in the booth?
I've got such a headache. Why do we do these? You guys like these? Okay. Yeah, we'll keep doing it. We're having fun here. You're fine here. Tee off. Yeah, swing away.
How's the chat feeling, Christian?
Chat's going great. Everyone's very excited. A lot of people are on Brian's side. A lot of people want Brian to win. However, they much prefer Cody's dress attire and his showmanship as opposed to Brian's stuff.
I'm a little disappointed neither golfer decided to go with pleats. I know Mark Ellis is still a big fan of pleats and pants. So,
I am a big pleat guy. Cody Hall, apparently. Has anybody checked on RB3? Does he still have his Lakers hat, or did Cody need a hat?
I've never seen Cody wear that hat.
I've worn it twice in my life.
All right, let's go live to the golfers real quick for some last words pre-match. Cody, going to start with you as the newcomer. How do you feel with that? Do I call it a club?
It's more of just an accessory, Mark, I would say. It's just an added weight to my controller here. I don't know if it's helpful or hurtful. The way I'm probably going to shoot over par today, but I'm going to see Brian do a little bit worse than that.
Okay. Cody broadcasting live from a fishbowl.
I was going to say, you guys heard that. Okay.
I thought it was a little bad.
And Cody spent no money on microphone, but did spend all his money on a mini club that his son has been using to whack plastic balls around the house.
Brian, we go now to you. You've been in this situation before. We don't need to mention the result again, but how do you feel going up against an opponent not named me?
Cody talked a lot last week or 2 weeks ago. Whenever we did this, I don't know how time works in quarantine. Mm-hmm. But it's time for him to put his money where his mouth is and step up to the plate or to the tee, if you will.
Playing golf here, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian using his patented scoop motion. Most golf professionals would advise against this, but anything is possible here in Wii Golf. I also like that Brian is going with his normal all black attire, the Gary Player of this situation, whereas Cody is going with his traditional Masters attire, black pants, green man, full head of hair. Cody, Mark, do you remember when you had that same haircut as a junior in high school when you were on your basketball team and you kept it under a hat, or do you currently rocking that haircut right now?
Josh, the haircut from high school is back. It's fluffier than ever. And as we get set here for the first tee, all I can say is if you're not listening to the Quarantine Report, then you need to check it out. A new episode drops every week. They haven't found who stole the toilet paper, but Josh, we're about to see two really shitty golf games.
Truer words have yet been spoken, my friend. Truer words have yet been spoken. I think all the people are very ready for us to just really witness mediocrity. I believe as Brian is the past loser, he gets the chance to tee off first or defer to Cody. Brian, what would you like to do?
I'll let Cody go first.
Cody?
Oh, thank you, Brian.
He is yours. Lafferty, Daniel, Gilmore, Happy.
Playing in the Waterbury Open.
Oh.
See you there. And Cody is off. Oh, he's in the fairway. Cody is psyched about it.
Try again.
Good amount of clapping. All right, Brian Perez, the Black Snake Moan of this twosome here. Oh, and Brian lets it rip. He is straight down the pipe. Well done, Brian, also in the fairway. Well, a hot start, Mark. Hot start. Before we go on to those second shots here, I'd like to give a shout out to the Quarantine Report, sponsor of tonight's 9-hole Wii Golf Wangers Cup Open / Masters tournament.
That's right, Josh. So now it looks like Cody is going to take his second shot. He's got a little bit of wind going against him. It should actually help him get the ball closer to the pin.
Shit.
Not happy. Cody would like if you could refrain from swearing because that's actually a very good shot.
Yeah, Josh, clearly a golfer who has no idea what he's doing, cursing during the best shot that he's going to hit all day.
That's true. Up next is Brian Perez, the silent killer, as they call him. No, that's actually the brake pads on his old car. All right, here we go.
And he just crushed that one with everything he's got.
Oh, Brian, a little strong, just like his fashion attire or the bulge in his pants that he continues to show off week after week.
Yeah, Josh, that was the testosterone from all those M Drive Pro morning shakes. And so Brian is going to be right back up here. He's putting from just off the green. This is a makeable putt here on this hole.
Depending on who you are, very makeable, Mark. See what Brian does here. He's not a great effort. A lot left on that bone for par. Let's see if Cody can sink a birdie. Start off hot. The underdog coming in here. The kid from Northern Corona.
For a birdie. Nailed it. Caw,
boys.
Birdie.
Tell you what. Brian you can see the perspiration from here, Mark. His upper lip is sweating. Is that perspiration or is he actually have the meat sweats? Oh, and he lips out for par.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Josh, he just seems to not really have his immense power under control. The bulging biceps, the extra torque in his swing, it's really starting to affect his game. And I think that maybe he needs to put down that Miller Lite in favor of a LaCroix.
Perhaps, Mark. Nothing like a sparkling soda to really calm your nerves.
So Cody Hall with the honor now.
Is yours, yeah, after that birdie. Now, we don't want to see what professionals call the FUAB, the F up after birdie. Here comes Cody. He does not look happy, but this could go in the hole. Cody and
I'm just going to stay down here. Oh, God.
Let's see what Brian does. Cody's not psyched about the bunker.
Yeah, Josh, Brian facing a lot of wind right in his face. Wind has not been his friend thus far, and he's just trying to avoid that huge body of water where Nessie could be swimming.
Uh-oh, this is looking dicey. He is also in the bunker.
All right.
Really tough shots here ahead. I believe Brian is up. He's got the distance there.
I'm behind.
Yes, it's your shot, Brian.
Here comes Brian leaning in, gets the signal.
And out of the bunker. It's a hell of a shot. Oh, wow. Brian Perez spends more time in the sand than David Hasselhoff. Here we go. Cody
Didn't take us
Hall.
long for that line. So Perez pretty much can count on a par, and now it's Cody Hall to try to put some pressure on him.
Not great.
Mark, that is a tough par putt Cody has coming up.
Yeah,
As someone
Josh,
who's played this course many times before, Mark, what do you see in this?
I was on this green earlier today, and it is a tricky green to read. Early in your round, you really can't trust the levels like you would ultimately like to. It could break when you think it's going to zig. It could zag, and that's what Cody Hall just saw.
Oh, man, as they say, the F up after birdie, Cody in for a bogey. Brian Perez has a short putt for par here, Mark. He should make this.
He should make this, Josh. We don't want to put too much pressure on Brian, but this is a
first, Cody.
Cody, why don't you finish up so we can put all the pressure on Brian's shoulders here.
Just tap it in.
He seems to be, if anything, very upset, like an old woman at a soup buffet. He's yelling, "Who's up? Who's up?"
Soup buffets, Josh, could be a thing of the past. Who knows? Soup Plantation closing its doors.
And Brian in for par. We are back to tied up. No, wait, sorry, that's wrong. Cody is actually up one.
No, Cody is up one because Brian double bogeyed.
Oh.
Brian bogey, then he went par. Cody went birdie, then bogey. So Brian's still down one stroke. Mark is math. It's tough. He grew up in the South. Nobody knows what they were teaching there. And he went to Wake Forest, a great golf school, but it is Brian Perez's tee. Brian on the third hole here, down one. What is he going to do? He's going up that, trying to cut that corner.
Yeah, Josh, I saw him flirting with trying to hit it on that free spot in the middle of the out of bounds, but I think he made the wiser play, although he did just hit a tree.
Wiser play, not great. Nobody ever called him sagacious, Mark, if you will.
I should say
never
he
hit
made
that
a
tree.
wiser decision. He made the right decision, just poor execution. And here's Cody Hall.
Blasted it up the
no.
side, and
Oh, Josh, this is not good.
this is bad. This is real bad. He's got
I didn't hit a tree.
327. Cody, I believe you are still away, sir.
Yeah, Josh, and I can tell you from my experience, Cody avoided disaster because he's about 2 inches from being out of bounds on this hole.
See, like I said, Mark, Nintendo didn't know what they were getting into when they drafted Cody Hall to play their game.
Yeah, Cody Hall again flirting with out of bounds. Josh, this guy is living on the edge. Is he Indiana Jones?
It's unbelievable, Mark, as they call it the Edge of Glory right here. Glory Road starring Josh Lucas. Okay, up next, Brian Perez. They didn't call him Tin Cup in high school.
No,
called
they
him
did
Aluminum
not.
Foil. Okay, here we go.
Mainly because
back on the fairway.
at least his golf game was homeschooled. Never.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Mark.
Leave the garage. All right, so Perez still away.
I'm away.
But, Josh, Perez is still away, but he actually has the advantage here because he's hitting off grass, so he can go full club here. The wind once again in his face. He's going to have to give it a rip to get there.
Both players have a decent amount of wind in their face going opposite directions. Let's see what Brian Perez does here. He's aiming at the right side of the green. Let's see if the wind takes it back on. Oh,
Right, he was not shy with that shot, and it's attacking the pin. Just going to be a little short. He's got a small chip.
just short, little shy. You need a little more there. Let's see what Cody Hall does here from the long stuff. Oh, a lot of ground. He just took a lot of ground. Will it make it? Oh, Cody.
What a shot. I don't believe what I'm seeing. A star is being born in front of us, and Brian Perez left to be the Andrew Dice Clay role in that movie.
That's very, very true. Just like George Carlin in Jersey Girl, nobody's exactly sure what Brian is doing there, but he's there.
Okay, here's Brian's chip. He's trying to put some pressure on Hall. He almost holds it, Josh.
Mark, as somebody who's chipped in many times before here on We Golf, what do you think Brian did wrong there besides everything?
I think a lot of times, Josh, a younger player or a player of less intelligence than I is not going to read the green before they hit their wedge. And I think a lot of times you need to see what the wind is going to be, what the break is, because that does affect a wedge shot.
Very true. Very true, Mark. All right, Cody has a birdie putt here. Let's see.
I think Perez is.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Perez is away. This is his.
All right, so Brian is
in for par. Let's see what Cody can do here. He's after a troublesome tee shot. Wow, Cody birdies, and boom, Brian Perez back down to
birdie.
Woo.
Never hit history with Cody Hall.
Two cacaws for Cody in 3 holes. Let's see what happens. Cody, the tee is yours on this, what looks like a par 3 in that avatar world.
Josh, do we say Cody for Cody when he gets a birdie?
Mark, listen.
Ooh.
Let's see what he does here. Cody.
He's on the green and he's 4-1. Wow.
After the shot, Cody had 26 miles an hour of wind at his back. And the opposite here is Brian Blacksnake Moan Perez is 22 miles an hour of wind into him.
Yeah, Josh, he did not catch a break with this wind at all. Once again, he's going to have to crush it. He gave it all his might. Let's see if it worked out. And Josh, we're seeing something unprecedented. Spectators are actually pushing through Brian Perez to get to see a closer glimpse of Cody Hall, the young star on tour.
Nobody wears olive greenish khaki pants quite like the newcomer Hall.
Chip in.
All right. Brian Perez is barely on the dance floor. He's a shy girl at prom, showed up without a date, but she's got a chance at a dance here. She's got a chance. She's walking up to Marty McFly right now. He's got about 60 feet to the hole.
This is, yeah, Josh, from being down on the green, he was on the dance floor. He could not hear the Boys to Men.
That's very true, Mark. Very true. Well said. Nothing quite like a Boys to Men at a prom. I think I made out with a girl named Ashley sophomore year at homecoming.
Tough putt to read. Cody Hall.
Yes.
Birdie.
Cody. Oh, go. And Brian in for the obligatory par. The bad news is Brian Perez really needs to clean up his game, and he needs a big botch here from Cody Hall on going into the 5th hole.
Yeah, Josh, this is a par 5, the second of the day, and this one is eagleable depending on what kind of wind you get, and it looks like Cody Hall's wind is going to help propel him if he can land this in the fairway close to that bunker, just not in it.
Just not. It's a left to right wind, pretty strong there, Mark.
Yeah, Josh, he hit this one pretty well. I actually like where this shot is headed.
Well
if
done.
You put the brakes on.
Uh-oh.
Cisco Sanchez says, so Brian is just bad at this game. Got it.
Okay, but Brian has some favorable wind as well. Again, I think he just needs to take a page out of Cody Hall's book.
See where Brian ends up here.
You want close to the bunker without going in it. And Josh, those are 2 exquisite tee shots. They both have a look at possibly getting on the green here in 2.
Nice shot.
Mark, I believe Cody is away here. Cody Hall's next up. He's got a huge wind with him right now, 28 miles per hour. This could be – he looks to have not struck this well.
No, Josh, he's going to ride the wind all the way up to the green, I think.
Oh, better sit. Oh, just goes off the back there, Mark. But he's there in 2. Let's see what Brian Perez, only 6 miles an hour wind with him, but still reachable here, Mark.
Yeah, he's going to have to give this one a little bit of a ride. With Cody Hall, you worry about crushing it too much and hitting it over the mountain.
Here comes Brian Perez with a similar shot. Bounce over the bunker. Wow, over the bunker. This is Brian Perez's hole right now, Mark. He's pin high for eagle.
Josh,
good shot, Brian.
A huge shot by Brian Perez. Cody Hall can really slam the door maybe on the match here if he holds this long eagle putt.
Very true, Mark. Let's see what Cody does. Oh,
God.
and he is left. Brian Perez really needs to make this putt here, Mark. If he wants any chance in the last few holes of taking out Cody Khakis Hall, as he's being called in some social circles right now.
Cody Hall, the Jim Harbaugh of a new generation.
Brian Perez with
gets
the
eagle.
Nice shot.
Brian Perez picks up a stroke on Cody Hall, and he needed that big time, Mark. He really, really did.
That's right. That Brian Perez telling that eagle, don't be a beardo. Get in the hole.
Birdie.
All right, it's Brian Perez's tee in probably the most confusing hole here on the Weed Golf course is how do they get across this raging rapids of a river? But that doesn't matter because right now, Brian Perez, with a little bit of wind in his face, Mark, what are you going to do here? You being the professional.
I think when you have that kind of wind, you want to play a safe shot here. You don't want to flirt with that raging water. And Perez, just perfect position there for his second shot.
He does his customary half fist pump / looks like he just pulled a slot in Vegas. Cody Hall now up to the tee. Oh, Cody has definitely gone in the water. This is a terrible shot.
He gave that one a rip, and that's going to be in the rough, I think.
Tough break for Hall.
Josh, you got to wonder if Hall maybe got a little too aggressive there, feeling Brian breathe down the back of his shirt, as so often happens on the Wangers show.
That's very true. Brian, a very heavy breather. Some have called his breath decent. So Brian is.
Josh, we don't have confirmed reports of decent breath. We have not been able to corroborate that.
No.
Hey, let's stick to golf here. How about that?
Big guy, not much of a gum guy, more of a mince guy. All right, let's see what old Black Snake Moan does. He's away. Brian is away. He's got 18 miles an hour wind left to right here, Mark.
Yeah, and Josh, you're hitting into a green that has tremendous angle slope to it, but that is pretty well maneuvered, but that ball is just going to run away from you. This is going to be a very tricky, snake-like putt.
Legendary golf announcer Dottie Pepper has just entered the chat. Dottie, would you like to say hi to anybody here on the Wangers Golf? There she is.
Oh, wow.
Wow, looking like some nice cuts, guys.
There she is. She's full of knowledge, insider information. Cody Hall from In the Rough. Uh-oh. This could be and it skirts off the back. Uh-oh. Brian Perez could capitalize here on Cody Hall's unfortunate, untimely mistakes, Mark.
Yeah, Josh, but Brian Perez seems like he'd rather drink his Miller Lite than line up his putt. It's always been the criticism of his game.
He's always been more of an alcohol man than a Cody. Oh my God, he did it.
Has chipped in for birdie. Josh.
Chip in.
This is an unbelievable round of golf we are witnessing look, Cody Hall. You see the dancing. You see the celebration, the jubilation. This is what the tour so desperately needed.
Mark, he's dancing and celebrating so hard he's out of breath, and his cat moved in the background.
And now here's Brian Perez to try to dull the audience's enthusiasm.
Tough look.
Corey Smith says, best shot in Wangers Week Golf.
Could that be the shot of the year we shall see at the banquets this fall at the Holiday Inn Burbank?
That's right. Josh, he's not out of it, but he needs some help from Cody Hall. You're going into these last three holes. This is the Wii Golf answer to Amen Corner, where there's some scoring available, but man, is there a lot of trouble. Cody Hall has the tee.
Let's see. Cody Hall, after a beautiful chip in, been known to slice it in the woods after his chip in. Uh-oh.
And where's this one going?
Oh,
this is going to be a
wow.
Josh, he's going to have a tree right in front of him.
Sure is. Let's see what Brian Perez does. Very attractive.
We want to apologize on behalf of Judy Rankin, who just let out a monstrous burp.
Dottie Pepper just yelled, did someone just burp, and gave a gross face. She was not.
Nice approach.
I believe that was Vern Lundquist at 16 letting out that belch.
Here comes Brian Perez. He's given up on life.
Yeah, Josh, you don't want to be in that bunker because out of bounds lurks on this hole, and it's a it's a tough second shot now for both these competitors.
You hate to see it, Mark, but it kind of looks like via posture and attitude that Brian Perez has just given up. Like most directors at the end of a terrible movie, Brian Perez has just straight up given up.
Yeah, Josh, I think Brian Perez trying to overshoot. This is just a take your medicine shot, and I think he just knocked it out of bounds.
Oh, he's in the rough. Okay, he's not OB.
Okay, let's see if
he's got to chip this in. Let's see what Cody Hall does.
He have another miracle?
Confidence.
Oh shit! Oh,
right.
That was delayed.
He got it through the trees.
All right.
Josh,
he's on. Wow.
Josh, it's like somebody put John Daly into a shrink machine and made him 1/4 size, because this is what we're looking at. This is the 91 PGA championship, the 93 PGA championship with John Daly winning, coming out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, the mullet from Arkansas. Now Cody, the mullet from Corona. Oh, and I think it may have hit the pin, Mark.
It may have hit the pin, and now Brian Perez is going to be looking at his par attempt. But here's Cody Hall with another birdie shot as Josh Macuga stealthily orders a drink.
Dottie Pepper's in here, mate. Oh, and Cody just burns the edge there. See if Brian Perez can capitalize. He's got to make this.
Yeah, he can't afford another stroke drop to Hall, but
and Cody Hall for the par to push the hole.
Hall for his cleanup, and you just wonder if he can stay focused for the last two holes. Josh, you can't start thinking about the money you're about to win, the huge check you're about to hold up, all the pretty dames that are going to be just throwing themselves at you at Perkins and neighboring restaurants. You just got to think about, what am I doing on this hole? How am I not going to hit this into the water on 8?
It's a creepy tee shot. It's a hard looking hole. Cody Hall with the tee. I'd also like to thank Dottie Pepper for using the microwave during the live stream.
Yeah, who's cooking?
That's Amanda.
Josh, he ripped this one. Look out below.
Oh, he's off the back. Brian,
that's actually a great shot, because he can putt that if he wants to, Josh, the old Texas wedge.
It's true. Let's see what Black Snake Moan has coming in hot here.
I got the wind for me, and it's harder.
The
Makes
wind
it harder.
Excuses.
Okay, here's Perez dressed in all black like an unhappy teenager.
Oh, and it skirts right through. That's a tough one. He's in the rough as well.
Wind takes it.
And Brian is still up. Can he chip in? Can he answer Cody's chipping with the chipping of his own?
Josh, you just want to hit it right to that first ball is how much power you want, just to drop it right on the green and let it roll and do its thing. Let's see if he can follow that extremely simple instruction.
Nice shot, Brian.
That could have been what
nice
takes
shot.
See what Cody Hall does here. He's been known to shank a couple chips.
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of power into these putts recently. Let's see if he can do it one more time when he needs it the most.
Wow. Cody Hall just not giving Brian Perez any kind of opportunity to really take any kind of leg up here.
No, but Josh, again, Cody is a newcomer to this spotlight, and he's facing a 5-island closing hole. So the work is not done for Cody or his very sneaky cat.
And Brian drains a nice putt. He needed that big time. Cody to finish out his. And we will move on to the 9th hole. Ninth hole brought to you by Amateur Hour Films and their new podcast, Quarantine Report. Who stole the toilet paper, Mark? I'd also like to have Brian, aka Black Snake Burp, if he could quit doing that. The audience is being grossed out, especially Cody's cat.
Okay, let's do a score report. So Cody Hall, I believe, is 3 under, 4 under?
How do I check?
Between
4 under.
I think Cody's 4 under, yeah.
Yeah, Cody's 4 under, and Brian is +1, is that right?
I think I'm a -1.
Yeah, Brian's 1 under.
All right, so 3 strokes separate the two golfers as Cody Hall will tee off. And Josh, you think he's got to play it safe here?
I mean, you would imagine he can't go Phil Mickelson at Wingfoot, but he's got the driver out. Here he goes. He seems quite happy with himself, scratching his non-existent goatee, and there he is, middle of the fairway.
Yeah, Josh, he hit it to the safe island. Now, Brian Perez has a real interesting decision to make. He's got no wind to play with, so he can hit that far island, but he's got to hit it perfect. That's the one you want to get. If you're looking to score, if you're looking for an eagle, you want to get it on that island, but wow, is it dicey hitting in there. Brian, what are you thinking?
I don't know if I trust that. If you see, it's barely touching the tip, and that's the most sensitive part.
Good joke, Brian.
You've had that plan. How long have you had that joke planned for? You thought about that early this morning.
I'm glad I get a chuckle out of the guys at the booth.
You wrote that one down.
I think I'm gonna play it safe. I don't want to risk anything. I'm thinking of Cody messing up.
Brian, you want me to drive over to your house and put it on the other island? Josh, he's playing it safe, and the crowd is booing the decision lustily.
Yeah, as you hope he plays it safe, that he knocks it OB, but he doesn't.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot, and he's got a good look at the green.
He's 226.
Yeah, Cody Hall probably about 250, 255.
He's got 266 yards into the green. Cody, however, is going to play safe and go to the island on the right. And
it's Josh, it's the only play he had. He's in the rough now, and I don't know how he gets out of this. He might have to just take his medicine and hit it out sideways back into that fairway.
This is, Mark, could we be seeing the Jean Van de Velde of Wangers golf right now as Brian Perez he steps up to his ball? Brian could go for the green here, and he could really, really make some noise here on this hole. We're seeing an epic collapse and a possible epic comeback.
That's right, but Josh, the guy cowered in fear when he was presented with the chance to hit it on the Long Island, and now he needs to hit it on the green. Is he going to take out his 3-wood and just deliver one of the swiftest blows to Cody Hall's winning chances?
He's taking some beautiful practice swings.
And here's the shot. Josh, I think he got just enough.
And he has. Mark, and he skirts through the green. Oh, my goodness.
I'll take it.
It's a great shot. It's a very tough green to hold. You don't hang your head about that. You have a chip for eagle. You just want to make sure you put it close enough to the hole to get your birdie. Now, Cody Hall on the other end, Josh, I think he's going to try to take a rip at this green. I don't know about this decision.
Mark, I think this could be, as a lot of experts would call, you can't teach stupid. So I would say that this is a real tough look for Cody Hall. He's trying a driver under the tree to a green that you really can't hold, that he's going to have to fade around this tree in order to keep it in bounds. But you know what? Cody owns a cat, so he can do whatever he wants.
All right, here's a Sergio Garcia-like shot. Did he get there? Oh, Josh, this is not good news.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
All right, so this is his par attempt, Josh. And again, he's playing with 3 strokes, and he's right back to where he was. That's the drop rules. So does he take another swipe of this, or does he just try to chip it onto the fairway and make some sense out of it?
Now he's really in oh, goodness.
Oh, Josh, this is a tin cup situation.
Well, and he's over.
What?
Wow, Mark.
Wow. I do not believe that shot. So now Cody Hall, lying 5, about to hit his 6th shot. But first up is going to be Brian Perez, who's going to be chipping for eagle.
Could Brian answer Cody's chip in legendary form? And if Cody doesn't chip, if he doesn't make bogey, Brian could tie him, and we could be going into the playoff holes.
That's right, as most of the crowd has already left, but we're still here.
We're still here. Brian.
He went for it, Josh.
Oh shit. It stopped short. It's unbelievable. He got spin out of the rough. Let's see what Cody Hall does here. I mean, we're looking at a double bogey situation. This could be a 3-stroke swing, Mark.
He needs to get up and down here, Josh. But in Cody Hall fashion, he could chip this in right here.
That is no gimme putt there, Mark. A tough putt for double bogey, whereas Brian has a caca birdie attempt here. Brian going straight at the hole. See what he does here.
And here's Cody Hall as Brian takes another swig off of his happy juice.
I'm up.
Yeah,
Cody is up. Yeah.
Cody's
Big putt here. Josh.
Oh my goodness. He rushed the putt. He has missed it. This could be match here. Cody with an unbelievably disastrous triple bogey on the ninth and final hole of the match.
Yeah, Cody's going to clean it up here with a triple bogey at the last. The dreaded albatross.
What's his score?
Unbelievable. Cody's final score is 1 under after
one under.
Okay.
Perez, I can't believe I'm saying this, Josh, for the win.
For the win.
Oh my God.
no pressure, man.
And he's done it. For the win. Caca. What our worst nightmare, Mark, our worst fears for Cody came true. And our biggest congratulations to Brian Perez. Unbelievable.
That's right. A well-deserved caca. And as the PGA Tour scrambles to make some sort of press release announcement, Brian Perez is your victor. A massive 8 on the final hole for Hall, a 4 birdie on the final hole, a 4-shot swing on the last hole, and that was the difference. Josh, who could have imagined, if anybody wanted to take the time to imagine how this match would have ended, which nobody did, I don't think they would have come up with this.
I'll tell you what, Mark, when you saw Cody Hall step to that ninth tee with such pizzazz, such boisterous enthusiasm, almost to the point of cockiness, you figured it was his in the bag. And then instead of playing the safe play, he decided to whack a driver under a tree. It goes in the water, and we are where we are right now. Brian Perez, the red shirt, the Victory Sunday red, finally worked out for him. Pants still a little tight, though, Mark. Still a little tight.
And, well, Josh, based on this performance, they're only going to get tighter. That is his marketing play. So, Brian, what's to follow is sponsorships and money and multiple houses, fast cars, fast women, loose morals. Are you prepared for what winning and all of its trappings bring?
It didn't feel like a just win. I don't know. I was worried until the end, and I came through, but more so Cody fell off. But I don't know. I can't take this win on my own.
Josh, the electrifying personality of Brian Perez coming through in the win.
I can't.
And now
I don't feel like I deserve this win on a fuck up.
Wow.
I want a deserved win.
I'll remind Brian that we are live on network television. Cody, you were playing so well. You had won America and indeed the world's hearts, and then it all went sour. It was like your first 8 holes were the first 8 years of this decade, and then you stumbled into 2020.
Yeah, apparently you're not supposed to use a driver in the rough. I didn't know that. I just looked at the distance, and I was like, that looks about right with the wind and everything like that. That didn't really work out. I'm happy for Brian, though. He called me out because he got made fun of for the first time in his life, and he wanted to get a little bit of payback. I understand that, Brian. I get it. And Michael Jordan, whenever he'd always call out Marv Albert after a bad game and play him one-on-one. So I get it, Brian. So congratulations on your win. If you want to do another 9, I'm available. If you want to feel like you've earned a win, it's up to Mr. Josh and Mr. Mark.
And you're saying right now?
It's up to you.
Before we Mark and I agree to that, we always have to approach our agents, but we're paid by the minute here. So before I do that though, Cody, do you feel like Brian won or you lost here?
Oh, I lost. Absolutely. I mean, whenever you get a +3 in any hole, I think you've earned a loss. I don't think anyone else earns a win in that scenario. So that was pretty catastrophic of a failure there for me. But Brian technically wins. So congrats, Brian. Happy for you.
I don't know if we get a more exciting 9 holes. Christian Rubacaba as Rubacaba. Nice job, John.
I like that one.
Christian Rubacaba as the PGA head of player personnel, how do you feel about what today's match really brought to the floor?
I'm so proud of both my friends. They came together. They were at each other's odds. I think they're still at each other's odds, to be quite honest. And I don't know. There's still a little bit of tension between the two. I thought this would settle it. But
Christian,
yes.
Christian, I need to clarify. Josh was asking about Brian and Cody, not about me and him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, no, they're fine. Yeah, they did great. Yeah. I was very surprised because all leading up towards this, Cody was sending us screenshots of him practicing. It didn't seem so hot. And Brian, knowing how he played against you, Mark, I thought he was going to, do just fine. And then seeing this game and how it played out, I thought Cody was conning Brian. I thought he was just swindling him a little bit because that's how Cody is. He just swindles people all the time.
He's a big swindler. I would say we almost got hustled here. I think that Dottie Pepper is motioning me to start dinner, so I might have to call myself on this. But I feel like we've set each other up for what could be the next match. Really could be. I mean, the world is on pins and needles waiting for the rematch of today.
All right. Well, it looks like I get to step up and make the decision. And so I will break America's heart by saying, sure, why not? Let's do another 9 holes.
Okay, if that's the case.
Without camera?
I can replace Josh. If we take like a 5-minute break, I can replace his shot. If not, then we'll just get out of here.
Or we can just get out of here. I don't really care.
Am I messing up the live stream if I have to help Dottie Pepper with dinner?
Just if you just leave your shot on.
Yeah. While you're eating dinner, you can leave it on. No, it's totally cool. We can do a rematch another time. It's totally fine.
Okay, well, look, why don't we do this? Since Brian defeated Cody, then I think Brian should get to choose who his next opponent is going to be. If he didn't feel like he earned the victory, then he can play Cody Hall again. Or maybe in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, we can have the rematch of Brian and Cody as the undercard, and then I'll step back into the ring and out of retirement to take on the winner.
Oh.
I feel like I have to beat Cody fair and square.
Neither golfer. They went silent. I issued a fun challenge.
I mean, I felt like it was addressed to Brian, but that's just me.
It was addressed to me, and I feel like I need to beat Cody. I need to earn a win from Cody.
What could be the match? Is Cody and Brian versus Mark in a better ball 2-on-1 match where the best holes between those versus Mark's one. So
Josh, I think that the powers that be have spoken, and they want no part of me ever competing at golf.
Very true.
You get like 10 under. How are we supposed to get 10 under? I can barely get 2 under.
I played myself out of being able to play live golf.
Spoken like a true champion, Mark. Spoken like a true champion. Brian Perez saying, how do we beat this, man? How do we beat this?
Well, look, to recap the match that y'all just saw, thank you, first of all, everybody, for joining us here on the Amateur Hour Film channel. We love our friends over at the Wangers, and an epic matchup today where a new star emerged in young Cody Hall, not more than 11 years of age, never picked up a golf club before, and that's evident by the fact that he didn't have a golf club today. It was actually something that Nerf made for his child, but nevertheless, he stepped up, he competed, and he won our hearts. Unfortunately, he did not win the match. Josh, back to you.
Mark, couldn't have said it any better myself. You can see Cody in there kicking himself, or maybe that's his wife, kicking him off frame, telling him to get back to doing dad stuff. And you got to give this one. I understand that Cody really did choke on the 9th hole, but a choke nonetheless gave Brian Perez the victory. His pants may not say victory. His shirt maybe does. He looks like he's suffocating himself with how high he's buttoned that shirt. But Brian Perez stuck in there, and when he needed a birdie most, he stepped up and sunk the birdie putt. The crowd loves him. They're confused by his amount of burping, but they're very excited for his victory and can't wait for a rematch somewhere down the line.
That's right, Josh. You think about Doug Sanders missing the putt to win the British Open. You think about Scott Hoke missing the putt to win the 89 Masters. And, of course, you think about Jean Van de Velde, the 1999 British Open. Cody Hall, I think he can recover from this, but it is Brian Perez's day, and I hope that he enjoys it because watching his game today, I don't know how many more days like this he's going to have.
Yeah, Brian Perez, he's very, I wouldn't say he's very confident in himself. He knows that he's alive. And
he looks like his body language says he lost. Brian, you won. Celebrate.
Yeah.
I lost the match.
Nice
Cody
shot.
was sending photos of him being like plus 12. And now he's 1 under. And I barely win with 2 under.
I mean, Brian, I'd like to also point out that Cody had no money riding on this. He didn't Pete Rose throw the 9th hole. So the fact that you won, you legitimately won here.
Yeah. Celebrate the fact that you won. Do a dance. Take your hat off.
Yeah.
Will not. Until I face them for 9 more holes, I will not celebrate my win.
Well, listen, I've been given the hey-ho from Dottie Pepper. She's gone back in the room. If you guys would like to play another 9 holes and Mark is okay with it, I'm allowed.
At what cost, Josh?
Yeah, what cost? Are you sleeping on the couch?
Doesn't matter at this point.
All right, then we'll regroup and we'll play another 9 holes at a later date to be named later. But in the meantime, we will just simply say Cody Hall, Brian Perez, job well done, entertaining matchup by all, and make sure you check out the quarantine report to know who stole the toilet paper, available every week on the podcast platform of your choice.
The Wangers Show. It's on the Wangers Show. Go check that out. A new episode drops tomorrow, baby.
Shout out to Christian Rubalcaba for always doing the hard work, the grinding of putting all these cameras together, making sure that all looks good. He's one sexy individual. Thank you, Christian.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very sad. I need happiness in life. That makes me feel better.
If anybody does want to join me on Instagram Live, I'm going to play the last 3 holes of my game. I'm currently 8 under after 6 holes. If anybody wants to go over to Instagram Live, I'm going to be playing over there for a few holes. So come say hi.
Go to Mark Ellis's Twitter. Mark Ellis Live.
Mark Ellis Live.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy dinner, Josh.
Thank you.